My name is Abigail, and this is my story of why I want to become an educator. So I'm actually a psychology major with a minor in education and a minor in history. So I want to continue on after graduating and getting my master's to become a school counselor and work in the public school system. We can start with the cliche part. Both my parents are teachers, and I watch them teach and help other students growing up. So, I always had an interest because of them. But what really made me want to work in the school systems was when I was a junior in college. So this was 2 years ago. When I got pregnant, I started working in a low-income preschool as an assistant teacher. And when I was working there, I saw a lot of different walks of life, kids with different backgrounds. And none of them were good or bad, I would say, but it definitely was a unique situation for each kid. So the preschool I worked in is considered a Head Start program in Loudoun County, which means it's actually located within a high school. So the classroom's in a high school, and there's another classroom where high schoolers actually are becoming educators and learning how to plan lessons and things, and they come over and assist with the preschoolers, whether it's during lunchtime, when we're learning and doing activities such as crafts, or even like when the kids are learning how to write their names and stuff. So they come over and assist so they can kind of get a feel of what a classroom's like. But all throughout the day, it mostly was me and the other teacher, the head teacher. So we would start out each morning with breakfast for the kids and also lunch. Because of the low income in the classroom, we provided all the meals for the students, which also means on the weekends they got meal bags to take home, which I've kind of put together my own little one to show you guys. So if it was a lucky week, the kids would get a box of cereal to take home, and it usually was something like this: Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Fruit Loops, Lucky Charms, something with a lot of sugar and stuff. It wasn't always what I would consider the healthiest. And then they would get a bag. And usually the bag had ramen noodles, mac and cheese. They always got canned things like chicken noodle soup, or they would get like noodle-os, which are kind of like an off-brand of these noodle circle pasta type of thing. I will say, never was the food the name brand type that you would find on the store shelf. So, but they would always get peanut butter and crackers to go with it, and then there was usually a couple different applesauce packets in there too. So I mean, it was probably enough to make snacks for the kids on the weekends, but not enough to feed them entirely. So that's that. But the Head Start programs in Loudoun County are government funded. So not only did we provide meals for the children, we also provide transportation. So all of the children rode public school buses to and from the classroom. And then we also provided routine eye checks for them. So if the kids needed glasses, there would be an optometrist who would come in and check the kid's eyesight. And then if the child required glasses, they would actually order it for the kids, and then we would be able to provide that for them. Most of the kids kept their glasses in the classroom though, because if they got sent home, they were likely to break or something or get lost, because some of the kids lived in multiple different houses, so things get mixed up a lot. Anyway, so we did that, and then we also, after every meal, the kids would brush their teeth with toothbrushes and toothpaste that we kept in the classroom. And at one point during the year, we actually ran out of funding, so it was either we had to buy the toothpaste ourselves and provide it for the kids, or we were just done brushing teeth for the year, which was really sad because a lot of the kids didn't have proper teeth and dental health or go to the dentist regularly, which then affected how they could nourish themselves, because in our school provided lunches, they would often provide an apple, and multiple kids, their teeth just weren't strong enough, or they hurt because they were already getting cavities or something like that, so they actually couldn't bite into the apple, which just creates a whole nother sea of problems. But one of the things that really made me want to become a teacher and struck my heartstrings was we had this one little girl. She was one of 7 siblings, all who had been removed from the custody of her mother and put into her grandma's custody. So the grandma was trying to provide for all 7 children, and this little girl in the preschool, she was 5, and there was one sibling younger than her. So she was the second to youngest. And she would come to school sometimes with like the same knotted braid in her hair for a couple days in a row, and it was just really sad to see. And so sometimes we would have to wash her hair at school, just take care of some of the kids, you know, on our own because they weren't receiving the right attention back at home. But yeah, so this one little girl, she often had behavioral issues because her mother would be in and out of the picture a lot with new boyfriends, old boyfriends, and it wasn't a consistent lifestyle for her to provide a routine that was conducive for learning or growing up. Yeah, so that really just like touched my heart and made me want to be better for the kids, and maybe as a school counselor help them navigate those hard emotions and seek almost refuge, find a safe place to be themselves. And yeah, so after this year I graduate in the spring, and I'm excited to go and get my master's and become a school counselor. Thank you.